Hi, I'm Lena Rao. Welcome to the TechCrunch TV studio. We have Deena Varshavskaya, founder and CEO of hot e-commerce startup Wanelo. Welcome, Deena.
Thanks.
So I want to talk a little bit about what your startup is not, because a lot of people have compared it to a Pinterest for things you can buy, especially when it comes to clothes and accessories and things like that. But you say it's definitely not that. So tell me about what it is.
I think comparing is fine. It's just that we are not defining ourselves as a Pinterest for X. And there have been companies, including commerce companies, that have done that. We're not doing that. We are, from the very beginning of the product and the company, exclusively focused on solving commerce and reorganizing commerce around people. So that's the main point.
So I'd love to sort of see how it works.
All right, let's do that.
And what percentage of your users are using mobile? Is that a very strong
it's huge.
platform for you guys?
It's really big. Yeah, we started on the web and then went to mobile, and mobile is really big for us.
And then you have iOS, Android,
Yep.
mobile web, it sounds like.
Yes, although mobile web, I continue to be skeptical on it. But we have it. It works. So the main experience is that there's a trending feed, which basically is all the products are posted by users. We have more than 5 million products.
And how many users?
And 6 million users at
Wow.
this time. And basically you find something you like, you click on it, and you kind of browse away, and that's the experience that our users go through. And here's a little bit of a preview how much activity we see on some of our trending products.
Yeah, I mean,
it just keeps on going.
So you're seeing your users, majority of them are pretty active, like coming back monthly, right?
Yeah, about 70% of our users come back monthly.
So walk me through. Let's say, I want to post my Tory Burch top on Wanelo.
Mm-hmm.
I of course, sign up, and then I can put in my link to the top.
Right.
And then do I input the buying info and the amount, or is that something that you guys do, or it automatically
As a user,
happens?
you input some really basic information. We do try to grab the price wherever possible, as well as the title and the source of the product. And so,
yeah, so I think what's really interesting about how people are using Wanelo is it's not just users who are trying to find and then buy clothes and accessories. It's also brands, right? So
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how brands are interacting.
sure. Well, brands are finding us in their analytics, essentially.
Because there's so much traffic coming to them.
Because there's so much
Yeah.
traffic, and they see us rise in their referring sites ranks, and they're reaching out to us. And actually, we've been talking to brands increasingly because
So
of
give
that.
me an example of a brand that's using Wanelo right now.
Well, we've recently launched an ability for brands to actually claim their pages on Wanelo. So we've had, so far, Urban Outfitters, I believe, just claimed their brand pages. But we also have a lot of independent sellers as well. And that's actually the beauty of what we're building, is we are democratizing commerce for sellers as well as buyers. And so what that means for sellers specifically is that we are putting little sellers on the same footing as big brands. And we don't really care about your size. It's the best product wins.
So when you were actually starting this company, what was sort of the impetus behind it? Like what problem were you trying to solve, and how did you figure that out?
So I'm a big geek when it comes to thinking about the future. So I was literally thinking about the future of advertising and kind of discussing it with a friend, and I was basically like, well, advertising as we know it today really does not create value for end users, right? Because it interrupts our experience. So I don't think that's how the future is going to go. So then how are people going to find things that are relevant, such as products and stores? And I had already been obsessed with social networking, and so it became obvious to me right away that there is a huge opportunity to create a social network that's dedicated to shopping specifically.
Yeah, and I think that an important element of what you guys are doing is also social, right? Because you can connect with Facebook, you can, add your Facebook friends that are on Wanelo.
Well, I would say that it's much more than connecting to Facebook, right? I mean, Wanelo is fundamentally social. It's all about people. We care much more about people than we care about individual brands, for example, right? And it's not the experience where a brand gets to tell you their merchandising message about the product. It's really more about you as a user finding something that you like, and then I get to see it because I follow you.
So right now, if you can discover things from the people that you follow on Wanelo, or
People,
brands
stores,
you follow,
hashtags
stores
as well.
Yeah,
so I follow leggings. I'm obsessed with leggings. I have
or
a huge
dresses,
collection. Or dresses, yeah.
And then you also can see trending items. So are those items that are just the most commented on or posted?
Trending are most saved items.
Most saved.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so you'll see, like an item will be posted to the site, and then a day later it'll have 40,000 saves. It's kind of awesome.
Wow. So what are some of the other ways that you're thinking through discovery on the site itself, and how you're allowing people to find different items?
Yeah, I mean, discovery is definitely working really well. There's a little bit of a barrier right now in terms of targeting or catering to different groups of people. So men, for example, we don't do a good job just yet, but that is something that we're solving currently. So in the very near future, we will enable men, for example, as well as women, to customize the feed and the trending feed and see different kinds of products.
And in the future, what are you thinking about in terms of the product and how to expand upon what the massive growth that you've already seen?
We really care about solving things such as product availability, for example. So our users, one of the biggest frustrations is finding something you like and then clicking through and finding that the thing has been sold out because it's been so popular.
Right, yeah.
So we're solving that very actively. We're actively, connecting sellers to their store pages and getting more information about whether a seller is trustworthy, because we do have hundreds of thousands of stores, in fact, and some of these stores you'd never heard of, right? And that's the value that we offer. So we want to help you make the decision as to whether that store is good to buy from or not, for example.
Yeah, and in terms of this you have a massive amount of data too on the site. I mean, it sounds like, whether it be through posts, through commenting.
I mean, we know what you like, right?
Yeah,
we know like hundreds and thousands of products that you like specifically.
What's the challenge of harnessing all that data?
Well, what do you mean by harnessing?
Well, using it and then using that data and then trying to create products around that.
We don't really currently create products around the data. It's really just sort of a pure social, the connections are social, and that's what we're deriving the meaning from in the experience.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thanks.